Welcome back, Fallout 76 players. This is Cosmic Scoundrel bringing you another video. Today, I will be giving my first impressions of the new survival mode. I've attached a link to the patch notes in the description. So far, I've played for about 5 hours by myself, with my longest streak being about an hour and 20 minutes. In this mode, players deal full damage to each other without restriction by simply attacking another player. Upon death, players have the option to place a bounty on their killer's head, causing them to become wanted and revealing their location on the map. Bounties cost twice the amount as the reward price, with a minimum cost of 200 caps. For example, if I spend 200 caps to place a bounty on someone's head, the successful killer will get 100 caps as indicated on the map. The locations of the top 3 players are also supposed to be revealed on the map. However, this only worked for me about half the time. Very often I would check the map and not see any of the locations of the top 3 players. Sometimes 1 or 2 would appear, only to disappear once they were killed. Then a new top player would appear on the leaderboards, but their location wouldn't proc. Supposedly, weapons have been tweaked to prevent one-shots, but this is not working right now, at all. Players die very quickly, especially to explosive weapons, even with the fireproof perk card which I am using. The weapon balancing issue also carries over to adventure mode. One player I engaged in combat with during adventure mode one-shot me with his Tesla rifle, which was not possible before this patch. It seemed like whatever they did to tone down the weapon damage had the opposite effect, and makes players die even faster now. Another key feature that does not work in this mode is invincibility frames. These are supposed to make players who fast travel or respawn invincible for several seconds, as long as they don't attack other players. Very rarely would my invincibility frames work so that I could get away after spawning in. Also, players can only fast travel to train stations, Vault 76, and their camps. Obviously, with the broken invincibility frames, this limited system really gives campers the advantage and punishes people for fast traveling and dying. Even if these effects were working, I think that there are not enough spawning points, especially in the Far East and Northern regions. And with the ability to switch between adventure mode and survival mode seamlessly, you can just fast travel to the Far East or North locations in adventure mode, then swap over to survival and be in that same location. This means that players who want to hunt you have to run quite a distance before getting near you. It would be better if they forced players to spawn in initially at their camp, Vault 76, or train stations. I will say that this is more of a minor complaint, and it would be improved greatly by fixing the other issues. I think that the best weapon in this mode is an automatic explosive handmade, because you can drop people in 1 to 3 bullets from really far away. I don't personally have one, but the players who have consistently taken me down were all using this weapon. Most of the time, those people were waiting by train stations for other players to fast travel or spawn, so they could gun them down before they knew what hit them. You will likely run into teams of players sitting by certain stations, spawn killing players over and over. And when you die, you lose a lot of caps. I usually lost between 300 to 500 caps per death. You also drop a random amount of aid items and your junk. I am fine with this aspect, and it seems to be working as intended. I think that it will be less punishing once the weapon damage and invincibility frames are fixed. Also, pacifist mode still works for some reason, but only on your end, meaning that you can't damage other players, but they can still kill you. So make sure to turn this off. I've heard a lot of other people complain about the ability to use your adventure mode character in survival mode. Personally, I'm fine with people being able to use their current characters because, again, fixing the other issues like damage dealt, invincibility frames, and player locators would greatly balance survival mode across player levels. I think it would be interesting if PvP damage across weapon types would be consistent regardless of player level. For example, a level 5 pump-action shotgun would do the same damage as a level 45 pump-action shotgun when attacking another player. That way, low-level people would have a fighting chance against people who are super high, but those super high-level players are able to equip more perk cards because they have better special stats. Obviously, PvE damage would have to scale normally. Overall, this beta is not great. A lot of the core mechanics and balancing are not working, and it gives griefers an advantage. I don't plan on playing too much more of survival mode before they patch at least some of these issues. If you are curious, you can check it out for yourself. but in my opinion, you should wait for improvements and enjoy Adventure Mode for the time being. As always, thanks for watching. Cosmic Scoundrel signing off.